Hey guys, it's Joanna from Nesting Story, and today I've had the flu for the past couple days actually. So today's the first day I have felt way better. So I'm trying to play catch up. This little guy's being so good. Ignore my dead flowers there. Hence me catching up on things today. But I thought today would be a great opportunity for me to fill you in. I'm also gonna try to do this in one take, so bear with me. I want to fill you in on some recent life changes we've gone through, and I also have been waiting to kind of tell you guys and fill you in because, for lack of a better word, I feel like my last few vlogs have been a little bit crappy. I haven't been feeling like picking up the camera as much, and there was a reason why, and now I feel like picking up the camera a lot again, and I'll tell you, now I can fill you in. So over the last couple months, we've been going through some changes around here, and all is good. I feel like a lot of times when people put this type of video, it's some kind of bombshell like, oh, we've separated or something. Nothing like that. But our family has definitely had some changes. So long story short, and then I'll explain it more, Mike recently left his job and then got a new job. So that's the short of the long story. So I always like to have a takeaway, and I always like to look at different situations and have a learning moment. I know it's like with kids, like a teachable moment. And for me, I've really found, like, I know I'm an adult, I'm 35 years old, Mike's 34, and we've had many, many, many hard decisions. But it's funny, every time there's some really hard decision that comes up, you feel this weight, like, oh my gosh, like no one's gonna do this for me. I have to do this myself. And a lot of times, especially when you have kids, it's like, am I making the right decision for my family? Am I not? It was the same thing with getting Oliver. You guys know I debated about it forever. I really did. I was like killing myself over it. I would go back and forth, and I was so worried that it was like this pipe dream to get a dog. And then we finally just took the plunge, and it's been incredible for our family. It's been so good for all of us, and like Holden's got over his fears. I'm not lonely during the day anymore when I'm working. It's just this nice addition to our family, and it's getting us outside. It's getting us together as a family more. So that was a hard decision that we made, but it's turned out really well. So another hard decision that Mike has had to make, but it's definitely impacted all of us, is his work. So I never get into too many details, but Mike's a civil engineer, and he has been with the same company right out of university for 12 years now, I believe. And so it's a pretty important job, and he had loved it. It's a great company, it really is, and that's what made the decision so hard. But over the past few years, he was starting to feel very complacent and stuck. Oh, I should mention I'm telling this story for him basically because he's at work right now. He would probably love to tell you this story himself. You know Mike, he likes to jump on camera whenever he can, but I just really, it was kind of last minute that I decided to tell you guys today, and I got his permission and his blessing to tell his story, so here I am. So the last few years, he had been starting to feel complacent and stuck where he was, and it was starting to impact the family. It was just kind of, you saw his closet purge. If you haven't, go back and watch it. That, I think, is a perfect metaphor for where he was in his life. He was just totally stuck. There was things he was just kind of letting go, and he really just needed to shake things up. And so he made the painful decision. It was something he thought about for years, really. And he finally made that difficult decision late 2017. And over Christmas, knew that the first day he went back in after Christmas break, he'd be telling his company, which was very hard for him because he has a close relationship with them. And Mike is not someone that loves change. Like, I'm an entrepreneur, and I've had jobs and left jobs, and I think when you're an entrepreneur, you can handle the scariness and the change, and he's not made of the same thing as me in that way, and so this is like such a big deal for him. So he had wrestled with it for so long. It was really hard to tell his work and just to kind of make that transition out. So the last couple weeks, when I've been saying Mike's taking a few days off, or when I was like feeling like just very spacey and blah, it was partly because I you know, Mike and I beyond being husband and wife, have been best friends since the moment we met when we were like teenagers. So a lot of times when he's feeling something, I feel it too, and I care about him and I worry about him, and I just know that he's just going through tough stuff, and he had a mix of emotions. He was sad to be leaving, he was nervous, he was excited. So I think that I was feeling that too. We were also trying to kind of keep it quiet because when he left, he took some time to really think about his next steps, and we didn't know what he was going to do, which was also scary. So we just needed to kind of keep that, under wraps. So it was hard to really pick up the camera often and fully share without providing this information. Along with leaving his company, he had to give back his company car, his company cell phone, and his company laptop. So he felt very disconnected and like he was floating, and it was kind of tricky for us because we've been down to one car and with 6 people and very different schedules. That was a little hard, so we were just trying to swing that too. So we've been in the process for shopping for a new family car, which I'm sure he'll probably show you guys when we get it. We've made the decision to buy a used big SUV. It's not ready yet. He's been luckily borrowing a family car now that he has started a new job this week. And so he's waiting for that to be ready. But we bought a used, very big SUV. I have a big SUV, but this one's got one of the big trunks, like the suburban type of SUV. So this is now going to be our family weekend car and our driving to Florida car, and my car is going to get less wear and tear and also stay cleaner because that was driving me crazy on the weekends. It was like that was when my car would get trashed. So we're waiting for that, and that will be good. He's got his new company cell phone now, he's got a new company laptop, and he's just learning the ropes, so it's all new to him, but it's a good change. And one of the other big reasons why he made this shift was to put family first, and to have a bit more of like a family focused lifestyle. I think that he was just craving that, and we were watching the kids grow so quickly, and we've both been trying to make really good decisions, not only for us financially and business-wise, but also for our family. And so that's the big change that we've been going through. I know that we are really lucky and blessed to be able to was able to be able to leave a job and then quickly go to a different job, to have that kind of opportunity. That's not lost on us at all. It was just more of the decision of him leaving the job security and going into the unknown and making the decision for, just a life decision like that, I think was the hardest thing. So bottom line is this, and I think this is the takeaway. So here you go, guys. And I've done this many times, is sometimes in life, you could maybe on paper, something seems right. Maybe on paper it made more sense to not get a puppy because we have 4 kids and we're busy, and why would we get a puppy and throw that into a mix? Maybe on paper it didn't make sense for him to leave a job that he's had for 12 years. But sometimes you have to go beyond that and really think about making sure that your joy and your happiness is in the center, and this is your life. And if there's something that you're doing or you're committing to or you're thinking about doing and you're scared to, but you think that could possibly enrich your life, make you happier, benefit yourself and the people around you, then do it. Possibly making that jumping in and going for it, going after that dream may be the answer. And it can be scary, but I think that that's something I've learned a lot, especially in my career. And I always say this to people when I give advice, when they ask me advice about, the blogging world or the YouTube world or going viral, I always say the same thing. Whatever you're doing, make sure that joy is at the center of it. Because if it's not, then you're not going to produce your best work. You're not going to live your best life, and it will show. And I've had a lot of people comment, even though I felt like the vlogs have seemed kind of crappy, and I promised to pick up the camera more. A lot of people have commented and said that they can see I'm a lot happier, and I really am. And I think it's a combination of things, and there's still a lot of unknowns. There's a lot, like, I know, I'm not blind. I know the honeymoon phase will end with Oliver. He actually tried to chew a couch today because I stupidly left him for a few minutes, but I'm not blind to the difficulties that can come with these things. But I think just kind of like making some of these decisions and getting on with life that way is feeling very freeing for me, and it's facing some fears too that just, I feel lighter. So anyways, that's my little bit of a life update, I guess, for today. I hope that that kind of fits in for you. I know a lot of you guys watch every vlog, and I know that you guys can sometimes sense when something's a little off. So if you've sensed something's a little off, that's what it is. I should mention that I'm very happy that Mike is back. Because if you've been watching every vlog, you also know I love my routine. And I was finding it very hard having him home, and he's awesome, but at the same time, I have my routine and he needed a routine. And I know that there will never be Mike, the vice president of Nesting Story. He will never come and work with me that way. My friends who do that with their husbands, I applaud you, because it's not easy. Anyways, we're all good here. We're trucking along, and we are trying to constantly make decisions that are good for our family and for us. And yeah, the hard part I think is over. So I will see you guys soon. I am filming my wellness vlog. As you probably can guess, I got derailed the last 2 days because I had a flu, but I'm feeling better, and I'm trying to put things in place to reach some new goals I have in mind, which I think I'll be talking about on the new wellness vlog. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love for you to subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.